Hi friends, welcome to Crafternoon. Today we're going to be looking at the book Splat the Cat and the Quick Chicks by Rob Scotton. I can't read the book word for word due to copyright regulations, but I'm going to give you a good summary and know that you can get this book at the library. So let's go ahead and get started. Splat the Cat and the Quick Chicks. Splat's class had class pets. 12 chicken eggs, and very soon they would hatch, and then they would have chicks. Mrs. Wimpy Dimple asked, would someone take the eggs home to watch tonight? And quick as a wink, every paw flew up. Everybody wanted a chance to take those chicks home. Well, whoever picks the longest stick gets to take home the chicks, she said. And of course, Splat picked the longest stick of all. Hooray! Mrs. Wimpy Dimple helped Splat get the eggs all packed up and ready to go. Just keep an eye on them and keep them warm, she said. That will do the trick. Splat carried the eggs home slowly and carefully. No skips, no kicks, and no quick sudden moves along the way. He made the chicks a cozy nest in his dresser drawer, and at bedtime Splat said, "Good night, chicks," and turned out the light with a click. Early the next morning, Splat woke up with a start. He felt a little pecking on his ear, and he felt a tickle on his foot. He looked in the nest, and he saw that the eggs had hatched. The chicks were out and about, and 2 chicks were on Splat. But where were the rest? Splat could hear the chicks. He found 2 in his thick, warm socks. He found 2 more snuggled up by the clock. He looked in his toy corner. There was a chick in his toy truck and one in his magic kit. Some were playing in the Legos and some in the paint box. Splat had found 11 chicks. There was still one missing, and he was getting very worried. And then he heard a little peck, peck, peck. He turned around just in time. There was the last chick. It picked and pecked at the basket, and then it hopped away, and the other chicks went with it. Splat chased the chicks up and chased the chicks down. The chicks fell in, and the chicks hopped out. Wet feathers dripped and made a little puddle, and Splat went splat. The chicks stood over Splat. "We better get to school before you run away again," said Splat. So he led the way, and the chicks followed. Each move he made, with skips and kicks and good little chicks, they got to school lickety-split. He was so excited to share the news with his classmates. His class was so surprised, but instead of 12 eggs, there were 11 chicks, said Mrs. Wimpy Dimple. "Splat, where is the missing chick?" Splat thought, and he started to get worried, but then he heard it. Cheep, cheep, cheep. "Whew," said Splat. "These chicks are so quick." He found it hiding behind the apple. And so that is our story. We're going to go ahead and make our little chick craft now, and when you get done with it, you can post a photo of your craft on our Facebook page by midnight Sunday, April 13th, if you'd like a chance to win this book and a little stuffed chick. So grab your craft kits, a pair of scissors, and some sticky glue, and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, friends, so our first step, we're going to take the white sheet of paper out of your craft kit, and you're going to either just cut or draw an egg shape on your paper. You're going to want to make it fairly large, not very small, so that way you have room to put your chick inside. So I'm going to go ahead and cut an egg shape. And eggs are kind of like an oval, But if you look at one, you probably have one in your refrigerator. They're usually a little narrower on one end and a little fatter on the other end. So this is my egg. So here we have an egg shape. You also have a piece of yellow paper. This is what you're going to make your chick out of. You could either make your chick look like this, or you can just kind of make a circle because he's kind of going to be peeking behind. We're going to break this egg open and have the chick peeking out. So there's two ways you can do it. You can either have him bursting through, or you're going to be able to cut the egg in half and have the chick. So I'm going to make my chick just kind of a little circle because I'm going to have mine bursting through so I can show you what that looks like. So I'm just making a shape kind of like this that's going to be my chick. I have some orange paper that I'm going to fold in half and kind of make a little beak. So this is kind of going to be my chick's head. So I'm going to kind of fold it, and so he's going to kind of be a little bit like this. I'm not going to glue it on quite yet. And then I have some black, and I'm going to cut out 2 eyes. I'm going to fold my paper in half so I can cut out 2 eyes at the same time. And so this is kind of the look that I'm going for my little chick. So I'm going to go ahead and use my glue and kind of get that glued together. So that part's ready. So just a little chick. And again, you could kind of make him whatever style you want. I'm going to put his eyes kind of sideways and put a little glue on his little beak so it kind of pops up a little bit like he's getting ready to peck something there. So I'm going to hold that down and count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so that's going to be my little chick that's going to peek through. I'm going to take my egg and I'm going to kind of gently fold it, and I'm going to tear a little bit like the egg is cracking. So I'm going to tear and peel that back a little bit, and tear and peel that back a little bit like this to make it look like the chick is peeking through like this. So what's basically going to happen is I'm going to have him coming out like this. I'm going to flip that over, make sure my chick's face is going to be in the front. I'm going to put some glue around the edge of my chick's head. Whoop, and put him in there so he sticks, and you can kind of see it like that. Next, I'm going to attach my egg to my blue paper. So I'm going to put my glue, or you can use sticky tape, whatever you like better, onto that, and just kind of put my egg on the paper. So then my next part is going to be to kind of peel this back a little bit. So it looks like my little chicks peeking out, trying to hatch. I'm kind of folding that over a little bit, and that kind of gives him the look that he's peeking out. Now, the other way I was talking about, if you don't want to do this burst, you can make a chick and cut your egg so it cracks, so it's in 2 halves, and do that. You also have some green. I included that because I didn't know if you want to add some grass. So I'm going to make some little wispy pokies that kind of look like clumps of grass, like the chick is hatching in the grass. And so this doesn't have to be perfect. Just zigzagging up and down, whatever you like the looks of. or maybe you don't want to use that at all. So I'm going to add that in there and kind of round it off a little bit, and then add some glue to the bottom and add a little tuft of grass at the bottom, like he's hatching out in a grassy little area. So that is our craft today. If you would like a chance to win the book and the little stuffed chick, you can post a picture of your craft on our Facebook page on this original post by midnight on Sunday, April 13th for a chance to win. Your face does not need to be in the picture, just your craft. That is all we need to see, and then we'll let the computer randomly pick a winner for us. Thank you so much for crafting with us. We hope to see you at the library.